Hello, everyone. Welcome to Meandering Through the Mysterious Menopause. And this is the paperback version of my book, and it says it's by Cathy and Nadia Farah. Nadia Farah is a fictitious author who writes the poems in the book. But basically, this little course is 20 well-being strategies that feature in the book, and I hope you find them useful. Basically, they're things that I found really helpful when I was negotiating the pre-menopause, followed by the menopause, and now I'm in post-menopause, and it is really quite the journey. Hence, I wrote the book, and I hope these strategies are helpful to some other people too. Here we have the book, as I said, Meandering Through the Mysterious Menopause, and there's a little picture of somebody meandering through. These 20 tools can help you. Number one, it's a great idea to have a journal that can help you to reflect and plan ahead as you work your way through. I find I write things down, I can look back and I really can see how far I've come. Mindfulness, this is number two. This can be very grounding. This can include focusing on your breath, breathing in, holding your breath, breathing out fully, waiting, releasing for a while, breathing in again, and so on. It can also involve progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and relax each of your muscles. You can push your feet into the ground and then release them. You can look around you and see what you can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. When you're living in the moment, you're not worrying about what has gone wrong in the past or what could happen in the future. It can really help to calm you down, perhaps if you're in a meeting and you're feeling very hot and flustered, for example. Number three, self-care, I think, is key. You cannot pour from an empty cup. What kind thing will you do for yourself today? This is something that you could be asking yourself each day. And pick something. It could be something small. It could be listening to your favorite song. It could be having a lovely shower with a beautiful shower gel. It could be 5 minutes sitting on a bench in the park, listening to the birds. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be lavish. But what kind of thing will you do for yourself each and every day? That is so good for well-being, particularly as you're negotiating the menopause. Number four, creativity. I find this an excellent strategy. One of the things I love to do is writing. I love poetry as well. I even wrote some poetry in the book. For example, let's just pick at random. Healthy life. When our days are full of strife, how can we live a healthy life? Exercise is good for you. Time with loved ones gets you through. Eating lots of nuts and seeds, all the things your body needs. Diets vary, that is true. Find a diet that is good for you. Now, what I like to do is to have a little poetic approach while writing the book, and I found it was a creative outlet for me. You might like drawing, you might like painting, you might like craft. Anything that you find creative is an excellent strategy. It really does help you to experience flow. You're not worrying about things. It can make you feel very clear and focused. Number five, focusing on gratitude is one of the single most helpful things you can do. I'm not talking about toxic positivity. I'm saying that in every moment, there is something that you look around and think, actually, I'm grateful for that. You have the world's worst day at work. You come home, you slam the door, and you go, oh, I'm so grateful to be home. That counts. It can really help to write down a list of the things you're grateful for. You can add to it. And literally, it can be all sorts of things. It can be a bit of sunshine coming out after the showers, a butterfly flitting past. There are so many things. And what I find is what we focus on grows. So if you start to look out for things to be grateful for, you find more and more things to feel grateful for. Number six, past achievements. Look back on your life, even the struggles, and think, actually, I failed the driving test several times, but I passed in the end. I had that really tricky moment in my life where things didn't seem they were going to get better, and then they did. And it's really helpful to know that you can bounce back. Write down the times where things have been tough and then you worked your way through it, because that can give you inspiration for now. Number 7, acceptance. It can be really to know that there are things in your life that you can change and things that are out of your control. The things that are out of your control, the more you dwell on them, the more upset you get, and it's just not worth it. In those times, it's good to think of things to distract you. If there's something you can do about something, it's actually working on that, which leads me to point 8, problem solving cycle. I find this really helps at any part of our lives, particularly during the menopause, because it's quite methodical. So first of all, the first step is to work out what is it, the thing that you'd like to change. Have you got a goal? Is there an issue that you'd like to change? The second step is to list all the possible solutions that you can think of. You might be able to ask someone that you trust for their opinion too. And then out of your list, choose the thing that you think might work and then try it out. If it works, great, you've solved the problem. If it hasn't worked, that's freed up your mind to go back to your list. You might be able to add some possible solutions, then pick one that you really think is going to work. Try that again. You keep going round and round until you resolve your issue or you achieve your goal. And then, of course, you can set a new goal. I find that really helps when you're feeling all muddled and confused, helps you to go step by step. Number 9, it's great to think of your own well-being toolbox. And when you find something that works for you, it might be the muscle relaxing, it might be spending time in nature, it might be being creative. Write it down so that when you're having a tough time, you can look at your list, look at your toolbox, choose something to try. If that doesn't work, look back at your list, pick something else. You may find some things didn't work in the past, might be more helpful now. Some things that are helpful now might not help so much in the future. You might hear from a friend who's got a strategy, might be worth trying, and if it works, put it in your toolbox. Number 10, never be afraid to ask for help. It might be that your mental or your physical health is low and that you need to seek the help of a health professional. It might be that you need to speak to a coach or a counsellor. It might be that you'd like a chat with a friend. It might be that you need to reach out to a neighbour or a family member for some support. Never be afraid to ask for help. Number 11, wherever you are now, if you're feeling really low, you might be at number 1 rung on the ladder. If you're feeling pretty good, you might be at number 9. What would it take to get you up the next rung of the ladder? So if you're at number 1, what would it take to get you up to number 2? And that can actually be realistic rather than expecting to solve something magically overnight and going from 1 right up to 10. And actually, as you climb up the ladder, you get a bigger view, you get a different perspective, and you get more ideas. So I really find that is a really helpful strategy when you're feeling really flustered, really fed up. What would it take for things to be one little step better? Number 12, exercise takes many forms. Some exercise we don't like or it's not suitable for us. Other exercise we haven't tried and we need to try it out. Find something that really works for you. If you've got limited mobility, things like chair yoga can be great. You might like going out for a walk. Other people might want to go for a run or a swim. Some people love going to the gym. Some people find it helps having a buddy to do this with. Experiment and see what works for you. But exercise is just so good for your well-being as you go through this stage in your life. Number 13 really highlights the importance of connecting with others. Now, when we're feeling fed up, it can be very tempting to get withdrawn. But if you're willing to reach out to people that you like that you haven't heard from, they'll probably be really, really happy to hear from you, and it can really boost your well-being. So you might want to send them a little text. You might want to have a little Teams call or a Zoom call or a messenger call or whatever. Or you might be able to meet up in a cafe and have a real proper catch up. Number 14, inspiration. When you feel like things, you're all backed into a corner, it can be really good to know if you've got some role models, people in the real world or even in the famous world that inspire you. That can really uplift you. But also looking through and noticing inspiring quotes. I write them down in my journal if I find a quote that I find really helpful. My favorite is definitely a Chinese proverb, which is one step at a time is good walking. It reminds me just to take that next step and then the next. Number 15, nature has so many benefits. If you can get out to the beach or spend time in a wood or even a park, all of these things are fantastic. If you've got a garden, that's wonderful. If you haven't, you can actually just walk about and notice the birds. There's birds and butterflies and things all over the place. If you can't get out, look out of your window, see what you can see. The stars at night, that's amazing. The sunset, the sunrise, all of these things, a thunderstorm, rainbow. If you can't do that, see if you can watch a nature program on TV. That can be uplifting too. I find nature is very grounding and it can be extremely relaxing too. Number 16, active listening. If we model this, it tends to happen to us too. If we fully listen to the other person, give our full attention to them, they feel very heard and they're much more willing to do the same for us. It's great to pick up on body language. It can be good to make eye contact if both people are comfortable with that. But even if you can't do that, actually really listening and being sometimes people jump in and try and fix things when actually all people want you to do is just to listen to them. I find that can really help me, either when I'm coaching to coach other people, but also when other people are willing to truly listen to me. Number 17, never underestimate the benefits of celebrating any and all achievements. If you do a little thing, but you're proud of yourself, think of a way to celebrate. Celebrations do not have to be expensive, they don't have to be over the top, but just finding ways to celebrate when things go well, when you're happy with something, it can really give you the incentive to keep going. Number 18 is a really important one, and it's achieving balance. That can be work-life balance. It can be a balance between rest and exercise. It can be a balanced diet. It can be a balance in all different aspects of your life. The more balanced your life is, the better things tend to go. That really can help you during menopause. Sometimes during menopause, you're torn in every direction. You've got work commitments. You might have older parents that you're trying to support. You might have your own children. You might be upset because you've now got an empty nest. All these different things happen. And it's about achieving a balance. What realistically can you do for other people? Having those boundaries, making sure you've got time for yourself as well. Number 19 is really thinking about the importance of community. It might be you've got a group of people that have the same interests as you. It might be that you like to connect with people in your local village. I have an absolute dream to create a true sense of community with the ultimate aim of having a wellbeing centre by the sea in the UK. At the moment, we have Cathy's Wellbeing Virtual Cafe on Facebook, which is a really friendly place for people to drop in and feel part of a really supportive community. So whatever you decide to do, just think of people that you can relate to, that you can connect with. Last but not least, number 20, coaching. I personally have really found coaching very beneficial. I've also trained to be a coach myself because I was so inspired by it. And I love coaching through writing programs in books like this one, but I also love coaching individually. I have Trusty Life Coaching. I have a Facebook page which has got lots of information, including more details about this book. If you feel that coaching is something that you'd like to explore, by all means make contact with me and I will do what I can to support you. I hope you found this helpful. Basically, the book has got, as I said, a lot more poems in, a lot more strategies. It's also got links to all kinds of things. It's got, for example, the virtual cafe I talked about. It's talking about Substack. We've got a Substack where you can, if you sign up, you will get the newsletter sent to your email for free. There's all kinds of useful. There's a link here to the Citizens Advice Bureau because it's always good to go and get accurate information if you've got any issues. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed talking to you all. Bye for now.